their team makeup. We will reveal some of the spells, of course, once we get into the spectator lobby, and we will decipher what they will be. InYeWeTrust, like I said, having the opportunity to pick this bot to finish out this bot lane. Most likely Leona, of course, in the bot lane will be the support. So I would imagine an AD carry that can either A, fend for themselves or dive in with Leona, with the team. So maybe a Corki here would be a nice pick, nice mid-game power spike burst to go against Tristana's weak mid-game. Ezreal is not a bad choice, and we do see the lock-in from InYeWeTrust on that Ezreal pick. So he, like I said, an AD carry who can sort of fend for himself. He'll have his E that can get on an extremely low cooldown if he lands his Q. He is able to follow up the AoE with his own AoE ultimate, sit back and just fire Q after Q after Q. So it is clear what InYeWeTrust are going for, of course, going for that mid-game power spike, those team oriented SwagginStallons. Let me kind of read and decipher this a little bit more. They're extremely tanky. I can give them that. I would imagine Vi will get her. I can imagine Vi would get her damage jungle item. I can't imagine the name of it, but Cho'Gath would be tanky naturally from his ult, have a lot of HP, whether he goes top jungle or mid. Nautilus, of course, will be tankier than most supports. Of course, not as tanky as jungle Nautilus, for instance. As we do head into the spectator delay, we will reveal these summoner spells now. So it is going to be Tristana Nautilus in the bot lane, Vi in the jungle, Maokai top lane, and Cho'Gath mid for SwagginStallons, excuse me. And for InYeWeTrust, it is going to be Leona Ezreal in the bot lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Lissandra mid, and Malphite in the top lane. Neither team picking a smite type champion, whether it's a Shyvana or maybe a Sion could take smite. I wouldn't recommend it because he can't really get over walls. So maybe Hecarim could take smite instead of ignite. So we will only see one Cinderhulk in this game, ladies and gentlemen. If you have not been playing League too much, Cinderhulk is the new craze. I'll tell you that. Excuse me. It will be interesting to see. InYeWeTrust has room for error. Like I said, they do have the better team fight ability with all the AoE damage that they will bring. I'm looking at the individual lanes. Of course, top lane will be a wet noodle fight with Malphite. Malphite cannot initially stack armor and be okay. Maokai, of course, doing mostly magic damage, so it'll be interesting to see how he builds. He could go Rocket Man Malphite, something like a Haunting Guise Abyssal Scepter. I've seen a lot of people doing solo queue. Late game, you're very squishy, and it's hard. It's like, what do you do with that Haunting Guise? You don't make any use of Abyssal Scepter, but if InYeWeTrust is going for that mid-game, like I said, mid-game power spike, going for those dragons, those towers, trying to snowball the game off of that, it would be a solid choice, I would say. It could backfire, but it wouldn't be a bad choice per se. So SwagginStallons, I do definitely need to make sure that they come out of this laning phase ahead. Because if they're behind, it will be harder for them to come back than InYeWeTrust, since InYeWeTrust has the better team fight. They also have the better pick potential with the yes, Nautilus has good. It's not that SwagginStallons have bad pick. I would say that InYeWeTrust have better pick potential with the Jarvan, the Malphite, the Leona, the Lissandra. You know, Cho'Gath, his Q's a little iffy. Nautilus does have a quick and point ult. Vi has a quick and point ult. So it's not that their pick out potential is bad. I just like InYeWeTrust pick out better. Actually, now that I think about it more, because SwagginStallons have quick and point ultimates, whereas, except for Lissandra, InYeWeTrust are skill shots, so one could say if they're easier to dodge. So it'll be, both teams have their strengths. Like I said, the pick out potential of SwagginStallons, the team fight potential of InYeWeTrust. So it will be interesting to see how these two team comps interact, who comes out ahead in the laning phase. Both these junglers like to be super aggressive. They do tend to build more damage oriented with that first jungle item. As we will remove the delay now, and going to try to add some text here for you guys so we know who's who. SwagginStallons. Something I got from UVA LOL. Actually, I screwed up, so I will take care of that while we're in the loading screen. Enjoy the music while we wait for the champions to load onto the Rift.
The weather's getting warmer, and that means it's time to start working on your yard. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up a Super Start lawnmower battery starting at $24.99. Springtime means yard work, so stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts for a Super Start lawnmower battery you can count on. O'Reilly Auto Parts, better prices, every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This is what driving with an out-of-tune engine feels like. Keep your engine running smooth. Stop by AutoZone and get all the parts you need for a tune-up. Get a $10 AutoZone gift card by mail when you buy 4 or more Bosch, Iridium, or Double Platinum spark plugs. Restrictions and details at
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Alright, as we see the teams are loaded in. Gonna see what these level 1 strats look like. Malachi does like to take those rates early on. Here, let me fix the text for you guys. Sorry about that. Try to make this look a little bit cleaner for you guys. We do see some early game shenanigans. The Nautilus hook is going to land. Leona does get snared by the auto attack. VIQ does not land, however. So we do see the early wards going down. Nautilus trying to get some vision of that blue buff. Let's see here. Cho'Gath choosing to start Flask compared to the Doran's ring on Lissandra. Difference there. Both top laners going Flask, so like I said, going to be mostly a wet noodle fight. Looks like we may have to remake the game, as Masteries for definitely joking we're not switched over. He has not saying not to worry about it. So it looks like we will be continuing with this game. Looks like Vi will be starting at double whatever it's called, and Jarvan starting at the Gromp mid lane here. It's going to be hard for Lissandra to really get a lot done, considering Cho'Gath does of course have all that sustain to bring to the lane with his passive, plus 20 health at level 1 on a minion kill. 21. You tell me if that's balanced. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. The hook landing onto Ezreal, but Nautilus taking a lot of damage, actually getting extremely low. He has to flash away. They do not have Ignite in this bottom lane. They are continuing to get damage on. Ezreal's now getting extremely low. Going to have to be extremely careful. Both AD carries still have heal, and they are going to back away. Overall trade going to InYeWeTrust. Leona still has plenty of HP to go in. Ezreal needs to be extremely careful. The exhaust is going to go down. The heal is also going to go down. The heal coming from who's going to get first blood is going to be Ezreal. Tristana does return the kill onto Ezreal. So even though first blood does go over to InYeWeTrust, overall I do believe it works out better for SwagginStallons, as now Tristana will be able to get solo XP and farm, whereas Ezreal has to sit in base, actually choosing to buy a mana crystal instead of perhaps a longsword. Or maybe an extra Doran's Blade. Mana Crystal does not give him any combat stats. Interesting choice. Could be going for the Tier Rush, of course, or the Sheen Rush. We do see the gank coming in. Vi's Q does land, has red buff, but Cho'Gath is nowhere near to help. Maybe a miscommunication. Vi's only level 2, actually. Has only taken 2 camps. Or maybe 3. Let me see. Nope, only taken 2 camps. The doubles and red buff. So, a little bit behind Jarvan, who is already back to get his extra jungle item and has 2 extra CS on the Vi. So, going to be interesting to see where his pressure will come in. We see some pings coming down from the blue team as Nautilus kind of working his way behind here. As we go back to this mid lane, sorry. He is going to come in. He's only level 1, only has his hook, and the minion wave is there. So that gank will not be successful. More just an annoyance. Nautilus didn't have much better to do other than back and buy. And if he had no gold, no point in backing as he was at full HP. So it was worth a shot, as you could say. Maokai out of mana already and has used up all of his flash charges. So it'll be interesting to see how he's going to be able to sustain himself. He chose not to take a Wraith camp as we see Jarvan coming for... I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know what he was coming in for, but he was going in for something. We actually see a jungle meet up here in the... hold up, I will go to top lane in a second as we see Nautilus landing the... Q onto Leona. Good damage coming down both sides. Both AD carries below half HP. Actually, Ezreal a little bit higher. Leona, of course, lower. As I said before, I'm very curious as to why Ezreal would choose to go a mana crystal instead of a combat stat. We see some harass going in on the mid lane. I do not believe that silence landed. Maokai still out of mana. Has no way to sustain any mana back as he doesn't have a Doran's ring. Continuing to fight Malphite, but he's staying in the minion wave, so he needs to be extremely careful here as he does not take too much damage. Botal's getting extremely low on the Maokai. Might have to flash away here. There is the flash. Will Maokai flash after? The Q will be coming up. The E is not enough. And the Q is going to be able to pick up the kill. In fact, for Malphite, the 1v1, Leona getting extremely low bot lane. Gonna have to be careful here, having to chug some potions to try to stay healthy. She did not back, so she only has the potions that she had from her initial buy. So it is 1-2 in kills now. 500 gold lead for InYeWeTrust to start out. Good start for them. Lissandra is now out of mana. Bot lane continuing to stay at half HP. I'd like to see some jungle pressure here pretty soon. Actually, as I say that, we see Nautilus land the Q. I don't think he wanted to. Is waiting to see. Nautilus does not have his flash. The EQ is going to land from Jarvan. Ezreal is going to pick up the kill with his W of all spells. Red buff is on Tristana, and she W's away from the damage. A nice harass coming in from Definitely Joking on the Cho'Gath, showing the power of Cho'Gath. Lissandra is now low on mana, low on health. No potions to use. Cho'Gath definitely bullying her around. He had the flash start to go with his inherent sustain. Lissandra now needs to be careful of the flash nom. Cho'Gath does have ignite, so he would not even need to land a skill shot to get it if Lissandra steps up too far. So it ended up working out in InYeWeTrust's favor despite Ezreal having the mana crystal instead of a combat stat. They were able to get a kill for him, so he will most likely go either Tyr or Sheen. Does choose to go the Sheen route. Excellent choice in my opinion if you are winning lane, and he actually goes Tyr as well. Had enough gold to buy both of those. So he will be doing well in lane compared to the Doran's Blade for Tristana. Seeing some harass going on up here. Malphite is out of mana. Does have the Baby Sunfire. I do not know the name. Balmy Cinderhold. Let's call it Baby Sunfire because it sounds better anyways. Does have the Baby Sunfire to go to Malphite's Ruby Health Crystal and Mana Crystal. So he does have the advantage in terms of combat. Does he have the advantage overall? Both of them just hit 6. Maokai does need to be careful of the all-in. Both of them do not have flash. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Malphite is using to burn his ult here. Malphite trying to back away here, trying not to take too much damage from the ultimate. The Q from Maokai is going to miss. We'll see if Maokai chooses to re-engage. He'd be wise to, in my opinion. Actually, there's a lot of minion waves here, so he's going to back away. Has to not take too much minion damage. Maokai choosing to back away. Does have TP available. We'll see if he uses it to go back in lane or tries to save it for a bot or mid or jungle fight. Nato is going back, and he's only level 3, but he's extremely tanky. The EQ combo is going to land on Tristana. She jumps away, but still gets stunned. Ezreal jumps right in. Exhaust is going to go down now. Tristana getting extremely low. Ezreal continue to chase. E will be up if he landed that Q. He does not, so E is not going to be up any shorter. Backs away. Lissandra is also in the wings, trying to clear out this pink ward. Nautilus is a lower level, so he's trying to pretend to be scary, but unable to. Lissandra is able to clear out that pink ward, maybe for a return gank for InYeWeTrust. Good start for them, like I said. Now up 600 gold. Continuing to push around this bot lane. Tristana's now down. Actually, Tristana's only down 6 CS to Ezreal, despite being down a kill and lane pressure. So, definitely like to see Ezreal push his advantage if he is able to. A huge lead for definitely joking in the mid lane, up 20 CS at the 8.5 minute mark. We actually see the flash from both of them. They all going to come in from Vi. This is most certainly going to be a dead Lissandra, and it is definitely joking, picking up the kill with his ult, getting that ult stack. Nicely coordinated gank by both of them, choosing to burn everything and go all in. Excellent communication by the mid and jungle combo for SwagginStallons, giving them putting themselves back in a tie for gold at 12,000, putting us to the 9-minute mark. Jarvan now clearing out that pink ward, but now he's in a bit of trouble. If Nautilus comes in, he does EQ combo over. Vi Q does not land. Now Jarvan's turning on. He does have his ultimate available. Vi does not have hers. We do see this dragon being looked at. Krug is going to be very important here as it gives a speed boost and vision. Go back to Krug. Direct camera. Jarvan is not going to try to... Nope, he is not going to try to smite it away. He did have smite available. Now we see the engage going on bot lane. Ezreal getting extremely low. Gets ulted by Tristana, and Tristana does pick up the kill. Now Leona's in a world of hurt. Jarvan's going to pick up the kill with his ult as he is helping. Now he's in a world of trouble. Now trying to get away. He does not have enough mana for a full EQ combo. Flashes away, so the Cho'Gath Q is not going to land. Lissandra's now waiting in the wings, and Boost Eyes does not know. Here it comes, the AoE. Leona goes back in as well. Lissandra does get extremely low. Vi Q is going to land. The kill is going to go on to Vi. She falls first. Lissandra E is not going to take it, and Jarvan picks up the kill on Nautilus. So overall, I believe that is a 3 for 2. No, a 4 for 1, excuse me, in favor of InYeWeTrust. And they are now going to look towards this dragon. They are extremely low, so going to have to be careful in juggling the aggro. The teleport is going to come in from Maokai as the pingbacks come in from InYeWeTrust. Maokai does not have boots of... Oh, the flash is going to come in. Actually, he's going to ult. He's going to most certainly pick up 1 kill. At least he might be able to pick up 3 if he plays it right. Oh, no, he's extremely low. Now he's not taking enough. He burned his ult too... He exploded his ult too soon, unfortunately. He does pick up the double kill on Leona. I think that was the sapling, actually, that picked up the kill. So worth for his troubles, as Boltaz would say in typical Boltaz fashion. Does pick up the double kill. Malphite will be looking to get this top lane pressure now that he left. So overall, it is a 4 for 3 in that really elongated team fight. Hitting the 11-minute mark, the 1,000 gold lead for InYeWeTrust, all in the kills. Because certainly not in the mid lane, as Lissandra does have a kill and an assist on Cho'Gath, but down almost double CS to the Cho'Gath pick. Definitely getting bullied. We actually see SwagginStallons able to pick up the dragon, as InYeWeTrust were not able to reestablish their ward coverage. So dragon number 1 going over to SwagginStallons. Excellent recovery there to give them that 6% bonus. Help mitigate this 1,000 gold lead. They 1,000 gold deficit, excuse me. Be interesting to see what the team's next moves will be. Red buff on the Lissandra. It'll be interesting to see if Jarvan chooses to gank mid to try to get Lissandra some pressure back, or chooses to gank the other lanes, possibly the Ezreal lane, who is also behind. In terms of, it's hard to determine which lane is actually winning. Each lane has certain things going for themselves. Maokai and Malphite both have 3 kills, as we see the Wet Noodle fight turns into no longer Wet Noodle fight. Malphite does get his passive off with the auto attack. Malphite is out of mana, does not have anything left. Gonna have to watch out for the sapling. Maokai still has full mana. He could choose to go back in. Flask going down for Malphite, and it is going to still be a Wet Noodle fight, and here comes Jarvan. Jarvan's waiting in the wings. Maokai does not have a ward. He is most certainly going to fire the Q. Just the Q. EQ combo is going to land on Tristana, choosing to jump in. Ezreal has to flash away. The ult is going to miss overall. The Ezreal ult does land, does get the Leona passive to proc. Now they're turning their attentions to Maokai, who is still in there. Leona, Q is procced. EQ is going to land. Ezreal's Q, I'm pretty sure, hit a minion. The exhaust is going to go down now. Nautilus getting extremely taken with the shield. Tristana choosing to jump back, and exhaust is going to go down. Lissandra's over the top. Flashes in. The Q does land. Vi's waiting over in the wings. I don't know if they know that she is there, and they are backing away now. Was not able to get in ult range. Now Vi looking like she wants to go in, but chooses smartly and backs away. Malphite now going to be able to pick up this tower, excuse me. First tower taking at 12 minutes 58 seconds for InYeWeTrust, pushing their goal gate to 2.6 thousand. SwagginStallons, of course, still has that dragon going for them, the 6% bonus damage. Is this Q going to land? The Q does land. Q is not going to land, but the ult is going to go down. This is most certainly going to be a dead Jarvan. The Nam is not going to pick up the kill, but the Ignite auto will. Another gank on the mid lane trying to keep this Cho'Gath the head. 2-0, highest CS in the game. Probably the highest level. Maokai also is level 9 thanks to that double kill. But he is highest CS in the game by a decent amount. I would imagine they would be down a lot more gold if it was not for the play of this Cho'Gath and the ganks from Vi. Cho'Gath now has double buffs. Lissandra doing an excellent job to block that Q, to dodge that Q, excuse me. We do see the full adult Sunfire picked up from Malphite. The Malphite. Too many M's. Maokai picks up the Rod of Ages. Cho'Gath also picks up the Rod of Ages, so that will be scaling for them. Ezreal needs to be careful of the E damage here. He's choosing to stay in. The ult is not going to land. Tristana jumps away. The teleport's going to come in from Malphite. The QE ult is going to be enough to give him a killing spree now. Jarvan choosing to come in now. The Nautilus Q gets him out of the Jarvan ultimate. Tragic. 1-0. Tristana going down. Malphite did burn his teleport. Maokai, kind of wandering around mid lane, did not have his TP available. It's still on about a 40-second or so cooldown. As they look to pressure this mid lane, the Q is not going to land from Cho'Gath. One of the hardest skill shots to land as it takes a delay. Riot was nice enough to put it as a standard time instead of sort of random. Still decently difficult to land. Only one tower still taken. 2.2k for InYeWeTrust. As I said before, SwagginStallons would definitely wanted to get ahead in the laning phases. They do not have a better team fight comp. However, they do have the pick potential. So being down this amount is not necessarily a bad thing. They do have the Nautilus ult, the Maokai snare, the Vi ult, the Cho'Gath Q. So they do have pick potential. So InYeWeTrust will have to do a good job of keeping jungles warded to not get picked off. We continue to see this wet noodle fight. Malphite just kind of standing there, letting his Sunfire do more damage than his autos. Will be interesting to see where the next pressure will go. Dragons not for a minute and 45. Pushes all over the place now, bot lane and top lane. Cho'Gath does have full stacks, if I'm not mistaken. He hasn't died yet. Yep, full 6 stacks on the Cho'Gath. 2,500 HP at 16 minutes. Good luck killing that. No, really, good luck. Does have the Sork shoes, so looking to go full burst AP at the moment. We'll see what he chooses to build next. Possibly a Frozen Heart is a favorite pick for many mid lane Cho'Gaths. Interesting though that InYeWeTrust does not have any AD carries that any champions that rely heavily on attack speed. Of course, Ezreal, his Qs become his auto late game in a sense. Frozen Heart will hurt him a little, but not as much as say a Tristana. Ezreal needs to be careful here. They do ping it out. They know Vi's there. She is standing on a ward. It pinks it and sees it now. Dragon now at the 50-second mark. SwagginStallons will be looking for their second one for extra minion damage. Towers and buildings, excuse me. Extra tower damage. I always get the second and the fourth one backwards. Ping's going down in the bot lane, trying to set up. Looks like this pressure from both teams is going to be bot lane. SwagginStallons getting there first with the better rotations. This tower most certainly going to fall unless InYeWeTrust want to jump in there. The Ezreal ult's not going to be enough to clear everything out. Nautilus has to flash away. Tower's still going down. No, it's not going to go down. The ult is going to whiff mostly. Only gets the slow on Cho'Gath. Extremely tanky, not a lot of damage. The ult's going to go on Tristana. Ult's Jarvan back out. Teleport Maokai is going to come in behind them. The ult is going to go down on Lissandra. Has to ult herself. Malphite comes in. Tristana has to heal. Is going to be the first casualty of this fight. Vi also falls. Lissandra getting extremely low. The Maokai is not going to be able to pick it up. Cho'Gath does kill off the Jarvan. Ezreal needs to be extremely careful. Cho'Gath does not have his ultimate. Leona's now going to go. Malphite still chasing. Is unstoppable now. Maokai choosing to go back in. Might have been a bad choice as Ezreal picks up the kill. But Leona, unfortunately, the EQ was unnecessary and falls as well. Malphite now in another wet noodle fight. Malphite versus Cho'Gath. And they realize that that fight is not going to go anywhere. And they choose to back away. Overall, a 3-for-2 in favor of InYeWeTrust. If my math is correct, I believe 3-for-2. Tristana, Nautilus, and Maokai falling. Leona and Jarvan falling for InYeWeTrust. We actually see Malphite continuing to chase here. Dodges the Q. Cho'Gath is going to back away. Does have that flash burning. He's going to return the base. Dragon is live. Ward coverage for both teams decent. They have wards. They know. No team is going there immediately, so it'll be interesting to see how they choose to go there. InYeWeTrust lead is now 3,300 gold. Gonna be interesting to see. Here they go, trying to clear out wards. The trinket for Jarvan does spot that, or is that the Wraith? No, that is the Wraith. Nope, that was the trinket. Excuse me. He does have upgraded trinket. Ezreal does have that Triforce completed. This is going to be really big for this dragon fight. Does have that mid-game power spike. Tristana still does not have her Infinity Edge. Does pick up that bot lane turret, though, evening out the turret count. So, as I was saying before, they do have their mid-game power spikes from the Ezreal. Malphite sitting at 5-0-1. He's a force to be reckoned with. Able to kill the Tristana when she was low HP with his ultimate, despite the Tristana heal. So Tristana does not have heal for this fight. If they are marking summoners, Tristana does not have flash either, does not have any of her summoners, whereas Ezreal does have his flash available. Lissandra also has her flash available. Will be interesting to see if they can make a pick here. Pink ward's coming down for both teams. Actually, no, just a SwagginStallons, excuse me, in the try to keep some vision, keep InYeWeTrust guessing as to where they are. They do spot out that pink ward now, but are they going to stay to try to get it? They are going to stay. SwagginStallons is not grouped up at the moment, and they have started this dragon going kind of slow, 2/3 HP. Now they have Krug's advantage now. Looks like SwagginStallons are going to give this one up. First dragon going to InYeWeTrust. They pick up the 6% damage now, even on dragons, even on turret. 14-8 in kills, heading into the 20-minute mark. Mid lane pressure looks like it's what's going to be next. Two champions for SwagginStallons. Bot lane still roaming through the jungle. This tower is not going to fall on this push, I do not believe, but they are getting good damage on it. And here comes SwagginStallons now. Ezreal is not going to get ulted away. Lissandra also ease away. Maokai coming in from trying to flank. Maybe he does not have TP available, but he is choosing to sit top. Malphite going to go meet him as well. He's working towards his Frozen Howl. Going to be a nice item to go up against this Tristana, who still has not finished that Infinity Edge. Blue buff going over to the Cho'Gath, trying to carry his team. He's sitting at a very pretty 4-0, highest CS in the game. So he is going to try to put the team on his back. He is very tanky. Let's just put it that way. That is something that SwagginStallons have going for them. They are extremely tanky. Going to be interesting to see what the next pressure point will be for either team. Exterior tower is still up for both teams. Build starting to take form here. Looks like Lissandra going for these Zonias. We actually see Boots of Attack Speed on Ezreal. Interesting choice. Cho'Gath is going the full AP. We actually see the E is going to land. Lissandra's not able to get the E off. She's most certainly going to fall here. Ult herself, but Ignite's going to be able to pick up the kill. She does not have Zonias. Unstoppable the Cho'Gath is. Now they're going to try to apply this mid lane pressure. Vi is on the way. Is already here, excuse me. Nautilus is in the wings, trying to pick up this mid lane tower. Maokai, face taking the turret, buddy. Well executed gank there. Maokai smartly snaring onto Lissandra mid-E so she could not get away. The Q from Cho'Gath is actually going to miss because Cho'Gath kept her in there. Going to flash away. Maokai is too far in. Two people get into Leona's ult. Leona is still low, so she cannot go back in. Malphite holding on to his ultimate. Tristana is still pushing this bottom wave. They're going to have to tend to it here as Ezreal chooses to walk down now. Pinged out, so they know he's walking. He is a level ahead of the Tristana. Tristana choosing the 2 crits now coming in. That was 2 crits in an auto. She does not have flash. Ult away. Jarvan going to pick up this kill with his ultimate. Actually, Ezreal's going to pick up the kill with his ultimate. Excuse me. Malphite in the middle of 3 members. Pretty tanky, though. Does have that Sunfire. Cho'Gath is coming over, though. He has AP damage, so he's going to have to be careful. The Malphite isn't going to really hit anyone. It only hits one person. Cho'Gath not really someone you want to aim with. Here's the Jarvan ultimate now. Nautilus flashing out. Botas stuck in the middle of it with Maokai. He goes down.